Published 13:20 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 17th of March 2018. Updated 13:45 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 17th of March 2018. There were fascinating duels across the board at Twickenham, but Owen Farrell versus Johnny Sexton was the box office clash. England and Ireland's prize fighters faced each other with the weight of their respective nations on their shoulders. No change there, then. They joined forces to guide the Lions to a drawn series in New Zealand as a 10-12 axis for the ages last summer. According to fellow Lions tourist Sean O'Brien, the dynamic duo were running the backline by the end of that tour, sidelining attack coach Rob Howley in the process. Johnny Sexton barges through a James Haskell tackle as he leads Ireland to a Grand Slam win. Johnny and Owen drove everything the second week of the Test series, for instance, in our attack and had a better plan in place, O'Brien reflected back in September. Considering the sheer force of personalities, that tale seems more than plausible. On Saturday, the pair were charged with steering their respective ships. Sexton, as ever, was Ireland's conductor-in-chief while Farrell was shifted into his favoured number 10 shirt for George Ford, who has looked out of sorts all season. Farrell didn't have the best of starts, with Ian Henderson steamrolling over the top of the Saracens' fly half in the early stages. Owen Farrell tried his best to lead an England resurgence after a poor start to the match. Sexton pulled the strings and made Ireland's first try with a kick on top of Anthony Watson, perhaps seeking to make amends for the early defensive lapse. Farrell then caught Rob Kearney with a late tackle as the Ireland fullback attempted a clearing kick. "I don't want any late charges on the kicker today. He could have pulled out," said referee Angus Gardner. Farrell's indiscipline handed Ireland a prime attacking platform. Sexton capitalised with his aerial bomb on Anthony Watson, causing havoc. Gary Ringrose pounced and Ireland were up and running. First blood to Sexton. Soon, Sexton would send Bundyaki scything through a gap for CJ Stander's crucial score. A move conjured by Schmidt on the training ground and perfectly executed by his general on the pitch. Farrell is a test match animal, however, and he was soon leaving his stamp on the contest. First, he split the Irish defence in midfield. A few phases later, his deft chip put a try on a plate for Elliot Daly. England were struggling, but Farrell was leading the fight. Farrell attempted to stage a comeback with his deft chip, giving Elliot Daly an easy try. Ireland's number 10 was showing the scars of battle. Gardner wanted Sexton to go off to get a nasty cut patched up, but he was having none of it. "I don't need to come off," Sexton retorted. The Leinster fly half was eventually forced off for AHIA before the break as young Joey Carberry entered the fray. Unsurprisingly, Sexton was back in the driving seat for the start of the second half. As Ireland edged close to their Grand Slam, Jones rolled the dice as England's under-fire head coach sent on Ford for Jonathan Joseph just before the hour mark as Farrell shifted to inside centre. But Ireland continued to turn the screw. Sexton was called ashore by Schmidt with 13 minutes of the contest remaining. Job done. Time to wrap the maestro in cotton wool. Farrell was out there until the bitter end. Sexton? He could sit back and enjoy the finale. Sexton was the main man though and was brought off with 13 minutes to go with job done.